Hello, James Abel Art here. I'm going to show you what I did in the last Cities of Imagination Jam. So I did the Epcot Center pattern, the architectonic pattern, excuse me. I'm going to pour a coffee because it's that time of the afternoon. Really good coffee that I'm drinking. I might ask them if I can get endorse them actually. It's like organic coffee brewers. So here is the Epcot Center pattern, and common problem when you reopen Substance Designer I find is that the height map is off. Yeah, so I just put the height map back. I've exported this already as a what's called an SBAR file. I think I've forgotten what it is. So let's go to the saving option. Publish, yeah. So you need to publish it as an SBAR file, and I've published it there as Bucky2. So that's all you do is you save the file like that. Okay, so I'm gonna Alchemist, and I'm gonna open this Substance Alchemist, which comes with the subscription. You can beta test it if you're subscribed to our algorithmics software. So here's Alchemist. I'll just close Designer down because it is quite heavy on the processing. Okay, it's just frozen everything, even on my very powerful PC. Just a minute. Okay, seems to have amended that little hiccup. So I'm going to close Substance Designer, and then we've got Alchemist, okay? And I just need to get my file, which is in Retro Expo as Bucky2, and I just need to drag it into the materials here. Has that done that? It's actually this material here, so it's a bit confusing how it's on these buttons here. This is new to me as well, Substance Alchemist as well. I'm going to delete that just to make sure it's actually coming in, because these are the same graphs. Okay, let's see if it's going to drag in. Yes, it's dragged in. One problem with it, it's not importing the color correctly. I don't know why. Perhaps some of those of you out there might know, but Substance Alchemist is very good for this kind of thing. You can use this layer stack to add effects. Substance Alchemist is kind of like a halfway house between Substance Designer and Substance Painter. It fills a really good gap. Although it's not so procedural as Substance Designer, it's not node based, but at the same time it has a modifier stack, a bit like if you use 3D graphics programs like Blender or 3ds Max, etc. It has a modifier stack here. We can add to the modifier stack here. So in order to change the colors, which I don't know why it's coming in just red when it's white in Substance Design. Let me know if anyone knows. All you can do, you can change the colors here. So you go to color variation, and you can change the color count down to 2 to keep it simple, stupids. So we've got it on 2. Custom colors. So we've got 1, 2, and I think that's the structure edge element, the darker elements that you get on the Epcot Center. Okay, so this is for my latest 3zuni.com project, but I might use the 3D element of this, or I might just use the pattern as an overlay in my 2D design software. Yeah. So let's go up to the stack quickly just to show you the potential of this. And as I say, if you've got an algorithmic subscription, you can download the beta test version of this. I think it's still in beta test at this point. So we've got a whole lot of nice things we can add here. We can add Rust, for example. I'll just give you a few examples. So Rust is nice, and we can easily edit the Rust in the properties panel that comes up when you click that button there. So look, it makes a lot of Rust. It makes less rust. Yeah. You can decrease the smoothing. That's kind of interesting. Varnish, peel, elevation. You can fiddle around with things like that. Edge wear. Let's see what happens. It's really, I don't really remember exactly what this all does sometimes. It's just trial and error. You know, it's just being creative, which is what I advocate. You know, so that's nice. Let's take the spread down a bit to make it a bit more subtle. I want to get rid of just the lines. Perhaps it's the smoothness. Let's take that down. Still looking at it's not. I want it to make it less even than that. If I just spread it, okay, let's just leave it at that. Again, it's something you can come back to because in the stack you can re-edit it. You don't commit when you add another layer, which is really good. It's kind of procedural again, not as much as Substance Designer with all the nodes. Okay, what we want to think about next, think about like in the real world, we're going to add some dirt, yeah? So although the default of the dirt's not that interesting, we can click here and we can reduce the quantity, so that just leaves it in the cracks, yeah? And again, fiddle around with some of this here. You can change the color. Like so. And then we can just reduce it a bit, so you can make it more dark. So that's looking very gnarly and rough at the moment, yeah? I'm going to add some other layers. Let's see, final layer. Well, we could play around with splatter, I guess. See, as I add these layers, you can really probably hear my graphics fan heating up. My graphics fans are good. You know, it's good. So I'm going to delete splatter for now. But, you know, it uses a lot of power. So you need a lot of power for this program. Is there snow? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Base, clone, embossing, erode. Well, erode looks interesting. Let's see what happens with that. Great. So that's actually looking like it's eroding the actual object. Like so. Is that actually eroding the... wow, it's eroding the displacement map as well. That's pretty awesome, you know. That is awesome. Let's take it, make it a bit more subtle. So that looks like it's like, you know, the Epcot Center elements, but it's far in the future when it's starting to, you know, peel off and erode. Yeah. Try and add one more thing. Sorry. One more thing. I'm going to see, I'm sure this had snow. Where's the snow gone? Can you see it? Water, transform, pavement, paint, multi-angle, match, gravel. Well, there's the thing, isn't it? I cannot find snow. Which, perhaps it's... unless I'm just... don't know. Where is it? Clone, base, clone. Anyway, I'm going to leave that because I don't want to drag this on. It might be here somewhere, but I can't find it. I swear there is snow. Let's just put some water onto it. Imagine if it's underwater, yeah. So look at this. You can adjust the water level. So you could even make elements that look like a city, you know. You'd have a city floating in water even. Okay. That's nice, isn't it? Just putting it in the real cracks because it looks like it's just rained and it's all sort of draining off, yeah? Okay. Just recheck again, see if anything else I want to add. And as I say, I thought that swear it has snow there, and I must, if I can't see it, it might be on there, I don't know. I can't see it at the moment. Anyway, so that's a quick look around at Alchemist with importing something from Substance Designer. So it's looking pretty marvelous, so that's good. And thanks for listening. I'll do another part where I put together some elements to make this poster. I'm not going to take you through the whole process. I'll just do some sort of bashing around in 3D, doing the composition, and then I'll then you'll have to wait for the final piece, and then that's that. So anyway, thanks very much, and remember, as always with YouTube videos, if you want updates with my work, especially my Cities of Imagination work, click on the bell button next to the subscribe so you get notification. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.